Help me, I can't stop! Hello, people! My name is Rage, and welcome to Old Man Hellos, pleasing the people since 1999. I don't know why 1999, that year has no relevance to anything or anyone to do with me, but I chose it. Boom! That was a teleport, boom! That was an accidental teleport, boom! Okay, people, Alt-Tab back to the video so you can actually see what I'm on about, you pricks. Okay, so I realized last week that a lot of you were like, you'll realize, why am I voice boxy? Voice boxy, everybody voice boxy. We all know, we all live in a voice boxy. Why did I just, literally what I did there, right, was I went in this room and went, you know what? I'm going to take my hands and feet off the keyboard. Yeah, I'm going to take my hands and feet off the keyboard because I do indeed control my keyboard with my foot. You may not know this, but it is how you become MLG Pro at PvP. You control the keyboard with your feet, and then you've got two hands for the mouse, and it makes everything run so much more smoother. So what I did was I took my hands and feet off the keyboard and mouse, leant back, pressed the escape menu, and was just like, yes, I'm going to keep talking in my foreign, because I could literally just sit here entertaining myself by talking foreign. So, for all of you pricks who were like, but Rage, what if they just mine all the blocks, right, and then what they do, right, is just cheat, right, and make a button? Well, A, three things wrong with that. A, number one. Oh god, it was so good. Okay, the reason that that is stupid is because clearly, obviously, one of the rules of the game is that you're not allowed to cheat. That just makes sense. That's not openable. We'll have to make it. We'll have to. Can we just delete that? Yeah, we'll just delete that. That'll be cool. Alright, so we'll make it like that. So now, instead, you've got to find the free sticks and the free chests in the room. Do the same difference. Get the string off the spiders. Make the bow. You're all good. That's the starting equipment. A wooden sword and 64 arrows. And the book telling you what to do. There, everybody. Have you had a Snickers? Do you feel better now? Good. Alright, now that I've stopped being aggressive to all of my audience, let's move on to stage 2. So you've got the little Captain's Quarter puzzle over there. Oh yeah, the redstone derping. That I was really derpy at redstone. Let me demon code forbid real quick. So a lot of people were like, glowstone is actually no slab. It's a slab that doesn't actually do it. Because if I recall correctly, no, it does. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use glowstone. Ah, yes, I glow. Yay! So I can just place glowstone everywhere, and it looks, I mean, it's still random bits of glowstone in the floor. Don't worry, Redstone Guy is actually going to come on the server and completely sort everything out, because I realise how retarded. This one I still don't know how I'm going to sort out, because I can't place glowstone there, and I need, oh yeah, derp, I'm such a derp. Literally, guys, I am a derp. Like, I'm sorry, I agree with you all. And look, that's actually part of the flaw, because that's how this room actually is. So that one, completely perfect. Yeah! Oh, I'm happy now, I'm happy. But yeah, Redstone Guy will obviously fix everything that I failed to fix. So we've got key 1 and key 2 from the ship and the captain's quarters. So we continue the adventure map. We're going to have to get a lot of keys. So you come onto the boat. First thing you've got to do, parkour yourself across in any way you see fit. So, as you can see, I like to imagine like a tremor has gone through the sign, destroyed it, and ripped it all to pieces, so it looks quite cool. And it also destroyed this wall, so you can now hop into this area. Now, this area is not going to be part of the puzzle, per se. It's going to just be so you can observe, and obviously I'm going to destroy some glass, make it look, you know, like everything really has completely fucked up. We'll get rid of a few bits of stone. Switch my stone for like that, make it just look like everything really has gone to hell, like it, you know, obviously would have done. Make everything a little bit more. There we go. If we get some moss, oh, I do have some mossy stone. Does that look alright? That does look alright. Sweet. Gonna replace some of it with mossy stone. Nice. Things like this, though, that's just going around walls and replacing with mossy stone, I'm obviously not going to completely do on camera because that would be dull as all hell. What I'm actually going to do is just show you the premise, and then we'll continue later on. If you get me, the screen's gone, the chair's gone, the panels are gone, the whole thing's just deteriorated. Everything's just gone to hell. But what you can do, which is going to be a secret, is in the center, in the very, very center of this reactor, is a chest, and in that chest is going to be something that you require for the next part. Now that the sun has agreed to be my bitch, how this is going to be involved is obviously you're going to have to notice it by coming around here and having a look, but the main deal is, in fact, if we make it so it's there instead, and have it so that's like that, and then can we... Oh, that's quite sneaky if I do that. Why can't I... Come on. Aha! You can! So I'm going to make it so if I get this and get some of this there and then get me some... Guys! Prior warning! I'm going to do some redstoning. Alright, so if we get that so it's... I can do this. I can totally do this. I have the power. Yay! Hang on a minute. That block itself is going to... Oh, it doesn't power it. Sweet. Wait, but I should just in case. If I power this... Okay, good. So, we'll just make it so it's an odd block out so you know that something's up. And then, in order to power it, we'll get this stone. And then we're going to power it from a switch that is going to be found right here. Right there, indeed. So if we notice the lever, this is just little bonus stuff. This doesn't help you solve the puzzle. What this is going to do is make it so you get a little bonus item to help you along your way. Power! Subtlety. Boop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How awesome is that? It's all working. So we can go down here, aim correctly, and there we have it. So what we're going to put in there is going to be a neutron star. Yes, nether star. And it's going to have on it knockback 2. Yeah, because I don't know how to make knockback 10, someone will have to get back to me on that. But it's going to have knockback and fire aspect. Fire aspect 2. Yeah, it's gonna be the best. No doubt it! Ain't nothing gonna happen to bring it down. No, anvil. Oh. Anvil! I just wanted to be friends. Near the star. Gun power! No. Star of power! Fire aspect 2. And also... knockback 2. It's going to be a very special prize for those people with proper observational skills. Sweet. Alright, moving on. Everything is baller. Let's just delete inventory and continue. So, we've got that little area sorted out over there. Then you're going to come down here, and you're going to be like, alright, this is awesome. And then through here, we're going to delete all this. Now, you'll see what I'm going to do here. There's going to be like a... the whole staircase is going to have crumbled and fallen into the water. So I'm going to delete the entire staircase like so. And it's going to be awful. There's going to be a few parts that have just left that are okay. That are just slightly hanging on in despite of everything that's happened. And you use them to jump down. And that's what it's going to be. And then we're just going to randomly arbitrarily delete it, make it look a bit more messed up. And there we have our destroyed staircase, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, you can approach this however you want. Obviously, it's easy to just jump down there and be like that. Just gives it a little bit, apart from the floating one, just gives it a little bit more atmosphere. And we're also going to have some of the things that have completely come undone and just been blasted away and just completely messed up, like so. We'll have that like that, and everything's like that. That's cool. We'll have that messed up. Just bits that have just broken and gone everywhere, and just generally fucked up. So it's a lot harder to walk around this general area, because everything just needs to look like it's ridiculous. As a point, how are you guys'? I hate when I say that accidentally, and I always do. How are your guys' adventure maps for the submission coming on? I bet it's actually quite good. And then if we have that, so the fence is like broken, and the glowstone has landed down there, and over here this one's still standing, so you can see how it should have looked. And then this entire... Oh, that's going to be cool actually, because that's going to make it difficult to walk up the stairs if you have to fight against a current, if we have that as broken. So we just have that like there. Just casually it's broken in a manner which has made you have to... Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. I do. I do. Cool. So, the gardens. How the gardens going to go? This is going to be intact, just because this is the main symbol of the facility. These episodes are a lot different in tone to when I was building, because I'm having to actually engineer and think of how the player is going to traverse through this adventure map in a manner that actually makes sense. They need to, like, how they would logically complete it. So they've done all that area, they've walked down here, they've gone up the steps, now we have to deal with the garden. The garden's going to be pretty much okay, but what I'm going to do is give a little bonus here. Again, another reward for the powers of observation. So it's going to be a button here, not a button here, we're going to have a lever at the back of here. Now what this lever is going to do, in fact we'll have the lever there, so it just looks a bit different. This lever is going to go all the way underneath and open up a secret area at the complete other side that's going to have a special commemorative weapon to do with Rage Mesa. So if you'll excuse me, 3, 2, 1... Ah, I bet you're totally convinced by that one, even more so because of the pre-warning. So now that's on the open setting. Basically, how I'm going to do it is that glowstone shows the way, as hints that maybe there's something that you should think about. I also had a great idea in terms of swamping you with spiders while you try and complete this bit. So I'm going to have various spider spawning blocks, basically in the center of each garden. So we're going to have that one there. And then if we go over to here, we're going to have one nicely there. So you at least have to fight your way through the gardens, or go around. And then also in the maze, oh, the maze is going to be deliciously full of spiders, just everywhere, just constant spiders trying to hunt you down, trying to jump on you, trying to completely and utterly own you, trying to make you their complete and utter bitches. There is no way you can flee from the spider. The spider will get you. All 13 members of the spider will complete... No, wait, I went into Hunter x Hunter there. It's cool. It's cool, everybody. We'll just continue. Everything is completely fine. Yes, I realise these aren't actually spider spawners. They're just going to help me for when I come to actually putting the spider spawners in. God! Okay. So in order to make people not cheat... To be fair, actually, running on top of the mazes I think is actually quite a cool thing to do. We can just have the punishment be if you fall into the maze, then, you know, well, shit, son, looks like you're fighting your way out of there. Okay, so if you want to actually see what I'm going to do over here, let's get the anvil, and we're going to make the reward for figuring this out. Over here, the idea is that the obelisk is slightly different, and you're like, that's weird, everything else is symmetrical, but this is different. And this sign is going to say, Ancient Burial Grounds of the Founder. And then down in here we're going to have the equipment of the Founder. Now the equipment of the Founder is going to be a bow, and it's going to be a sword, a diamond sword no less, and we're going to enchant that with sharpness 5. We're going to enchant that with knockback. Yes, we are. We're going to enchant it with unbreaking. Yes, we are. And then we're also going to enchant it with a Bane of Arthropods V. Now this is going to be one hell of... Okay. Rage's Legacy. Yeah, now that is one name for a sword. You're going to feel awesome if you find that sword to go through the rest of the level with. You really, really, really are. Yes. Sharpness, knockback, and unbreak. Why is it not got Bane of Arthropods on? In fact, you know what? That would be too OP. We'll just leave it like that. Rage's Legacy. Sweet. Okay. Rage's Future. Ooh. The bow! Okay, what are we going to put on the bow? I suppose flame. We'll have we'll have flyer arrows. Power, because we like a bit of power. Yes, we do. And then I guess unbreaking as well. And then we're going to have to make it so you do have to find arrows, because having infinity would be a little bit ridiculous, I have to say. Okay, we have Rage's Legacy, and we have Rage's Future, the two legendary weapons placed in the coffers for you to acquire. Yes, indeed. Other way round there, casually. Yes. And then finally, arrows. Arrows. We'll have a stack of 64, and on them we will put... Oh, I'm enjoying this so much! On them we'll put Bane of Arthropods V. Yes, because that makes sense. Okay. So we've got Bane of Arthropods. Okay. Alright. What else? What should we call these? What shall we call these? Come on. What? I must come up with an idea! I really don't know. Okay, Rage's intentions. Yes, the arrows of Rage's intentions. You're firing my intentions at the enemy. Oh, you're going to feel great if you find this stockpile of weaponry. You really, really are. Let's delete that. Fantastic. Oh, I've got a story for you guys. A fun story. A story you may have heard if you watch Worms, but it's a story that needs repeating nonetheless. Basically, the other day, my dad asked me to get Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 5. See, look, it's suspiciously ungettable now. Game of Thrones Season 5 so he could watch it when he went away for like 4 days. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And, you know, to be fair, I did do that. But what I didn't realise at the time was that I kind of made a derp. Now, I'll tell you how I made the derp. The derp is quite simple. So I got a memory stick to put the episode on in order to give it to him. Now, I have lots of memory sticks, and I know where you're instantly thinking this is going. No, get your mind out the gutter. We have an internet connection. Who needs to save stuff on their hard drive? Alright, so... Oh, God, don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. See, one of these chests is going to have a nuclear reactor key. The other one isn't. And then we also need to have a sign which lets you know. So, what I did was I put the episode on a memory stick, as you would, and okay. Have you got the maze key? Winky face? Happy face? Really inappropriately out of tone. Okay, and then it's reactor key, wasn't it? So let's get another anvil. Yes, we will. And get a reactor key. Boom. Boom. Reactor key free! Yay! And we're going to put it in this back corner one. The other 3 chests are going to be... Oh, I might as well put buff. Let's not be a complete dick and just have nothing as your reward for fighting your way through there. Okay. Alright, we're going to have the Rage's Legacy set of armor a bit later on in the thing. You only get the weaponry to start with, so, you know, you got to be careful with it. And then potion of damage, splash pot of harming. We'll put that one in here. And then we'll have splash of invisibility. No, invisibility would be too powerful. We'll give a strength, we'll give a instant health, and we'll give a 2-minute speed. Yeah, that'll do in the other 3 chests, just in case you feel that... Oh, how cool do the potions look in this texture pack? I love this texture pack. So yes, memory sticks. So obviously I put the Game of Thrones episode on one of the memory sticks, and when my dad comes to collect them, I give him a memory stick, and I'm like, sweet, yes, done. I actually did a job for once, because normally I don't do these little requests as they come along. So, I'm feeling pretty good. Where should that go? 1, oh yeah, I didn't need 4. Okay, yeah. I'll just make two lots of goodies. Sweet! So we've done the maze, everything's awesome. You get down into here, and you're in the train station, everybody. Now the question is, what should I do with the train station? But yes, I've given him this memory stick. He goes on holiday, and then I get a phone call 3 days into his holiday, and I'm like, hey, and he goes, Josh, you are an idiot. And I go, yeah, okay, but why this time? And he's like, you know that memory stick you gave me? And I'm like, yes, at which point I'm thinking, and he goes, you know what's on there? Not Game of Thrones. And I'm like, oh god. And he's like, it's your Portal episode. And I'm like, because my dad and his partner were sat on a settee with the memory stick plugged in for the TV. They're using the laptop to project it onto the TV. Not project, but you know what I'm saying. And opened it up, and they both basically sat down for their evening's entertainment, my Portal episode. So can you imagine? They're sat there on the settee when suddenly, I was in tears, okay? He was very mad with me, but I was in tears. It was phenomenal. It really, really was. So what I'm planning to do with this train station is you're somehow going to get on a train, go through the doors, this redstone's explicitly working, and then about here, you're going to crash and fall into spider wood that's going to be filled with spawners. You've got to fight your way out of spider wood and get to the next chamber. Looks so cool at night time. But yes, let me know what you think so far of the additions to the adventure map. I want it to be quite, you know, obviously a slow start, slowly getting in. The real brain puzzles as opposed to left arm puzzles are going to start once you get into the facility in the laboratories, as well as parkour and things like that. I want the journey to the facility to, you know, build this ominous feeling you're fighting spiders, you're not sure what's happening, while collecting useful items and stuff as you go along. So hopefully I'm achieving that. But yes, let me know what you guys would do with the train station, given what I've said I'm going to try and achieve here. My name has been Rage, please remember to like, favourite and share. I will see you all next time. God, these episodes really do have a different tone. Less like, random, what the fuck's going on funny, and more actually constructive. I'm thinking this through and explaining my thought process, because I like the idea of coming up with the story in the episodes as I go along with it, with some minimal pre-planning before, because I think it's nice to have different tone for Spider-Nurse's episode, because let's be honest, all the other ones were, I'm going to play Xbox and talk nonsense. Now it's, I'm going to come up with a story and make it happen, so it's nice. My name's Rage, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Powerful.
Rage here in the building. The roof is on fire. Minecraft gotta do anything you want him to. English failure. Like and subscribe. I can fly.